Hello again. I was going to go to Dawlish today, but I've changed my mind. Why is that? Well, I heard something on the grapevine about Shaldon Bridge. Apparently, Shaldon Bridge is closed today. So I thought, oh, that's unusual. They must be doing the opening of it, where they open it once a year. That's interesting. I'll go down to Polly Steps and see if I can film it. Now, I may not be able to film it actually being opened, but I may be able to film the people on the bridge, etc, and talk about it from Polly Steps. So I'll do that. However, on further investigation, that was incorrect. The bridge itself is indeed closed today. There's a notification on the screen now. But as you can see, if you read it, it's not to open the bridge for testing that it still opens. It's because they're delivering a lot of modular classrooms to the Shaldon Primary School at the other end of the bridge. And this is going to be going on all day. So they close it just after school drop-off. And I think they're going to open it when it's time to pick up the kids. So cranes and classrooms, etc. made me think, well, let's go walk over. It's not close to pedestrians. So we're going to walk over, see what we can see, and get the ferry home. That's my plan. And hopefully do Dawlish tomorrow. Lovely. Still standing. Mum's visit with her friend yesterday went off fine. Very nice. They had a good catch up. She got some flowers. Lovely. Recycling truck. In fairness, I'm surprised there's not a bit more traffic build up, because I would have expected quite a few people heading happily along to think they're going to drive over Shaldon Bridge to get to Shaldon, etc. and not knowing that it's actually closed. Because I mean, I didn't know about it. I hadn't heard anything. But there's no big blockages on the maps. We'll have to see when we get closer whether or not there's a problem or not. So I was expecting it to be all sort of tailbacks and gridlocked, to be fair. Maybe it's much more announced to drivers than it was to me. Fair enough. Fair enough. No sign of rain today, touch wood. It's very chilly though. 2 or 3 degrees less than it was before. I think it's about 7 degrees today. It's supposed to feel like it's 4 or 5. But at least it's not raining. Bit in house for my memorable pillow. Lord Exworth. Lovely. That's where all the council meetings take place, and they've started live streaming them. However, the audio on the second one is terrible, couldn't hear a word of it. It wasn't brilliant on the first one, but it's sure not up to standard with the ability and technology that's going. But at least they're live streaming it now, so you can hear what's actually going on from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Very end of the wildflowers now, I think. Still a few showing their faces. Possibly less traffic because the bridge is closed. Now you think about it, isn't it? Possibly. People know it's closed, so they're not coming down this way. That would sort of make sense, wouldn't it? Sort of. Yeah, a lot less traffic than normal, a lot less. Well, it's not completely closed off. There's the sign, road ahead closed, straight on, go straight on. That's at the entrance to the bridge. There's people coming off the bridge, and people turning down onto the bridge, and people going onto the bridge. So not quite sure exactly what's going on. Not exactly closed, is it? Interesting definition of bridge closed. Must just mean the other end of the bridge. Never mind. Polished steps. And there's a ship in at the docks. There's that house that caused all the disruption when it's being plumbed in. It's on a go slow. That's not good enough. No wee for you. Much too slow. And while I'm here on the bridge, I've been approached by a lovely couple, Martin and Samantha from Bristol, subscribers. Hello.
Hello there.
All right, you enjoying yourself down in Teignmouth?
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
It is indeed, on a day like this as well.
You can't beat it.
Yeah,
It's absolutely fabulous.
said you might think you might see me on a day like this, and
You will.
you have indeed.
We thought,
Yeah.
I wonder if you'd be out on a day like this, and lo and behold, we bump into you.
Right, well, lovely to meet you both.
Lovely to meet you
Smash
too.
in. Cheers.
Cheers.
They said they've been down at this end and they are delivering the classrooms. They'd seen it being winched across. So whether or not we see anything or not, I don't know. Actually, quite a few cars gone across the bridge are having to turn round. I guess they didn't take note of the signs. There's a crane. Shame I'm shooting into the sun. I'll see if I can get a better angle in a minute. There we are, porter cabin. That's what they're delivering. There's about 6 of those, I think. All having to be craned in across the road. Excellent. Come in handy for the school, won't it? So there we are, that's what they're doing. That's why they're closed off. Obviously, it's for the road that's closed as opposed to the bridge itself. But I suppose it makes sense to say the bridge is closed because in effect it is, isn't it? Nearly all those cars had to turn around that have gone over. So there we go. But Shaldon School now has some new classrooms. Lovely. And surprisingly quiet with all the traffic being gone. There's the letters Shaldon spelt out in flowers. Remember those from years gone by, always been there. Lovely. And I've decided just to take a quick spin up round the corner and walk through the Homeyards Gardens. No real reason, just felt like it. Just noticed this little tree here, looking very happy with itself, with a plaque. The Ocean's Green Canopy, Platinum Jubilee 2022. 2 trees planted by the children of Shaldon School on behalf of Shaldon Parish Council, September 2022. Lovely. Not noticed that before. I guess they must have cut the grass and revealed the plaque. Just through the hedge there are the allotments, Shaldon allotments. And of course here's the entrance to the Homeyards Gardens. Here we are, Homeyards Botanical Gardens, by courtesy of the creators of Liquid Fruiter. There they are. And funnily enough, some stuff about Liquid Fruiter popped up on my feed earlier. So you're now going to see 4 pictures, there we are. 4 adverts, all to do with how they made their fortune, which ended up creating the gardens. Smashing. And lovely gardens they are as well. The volunteers up here take great care of them, clearing the paths, cutting back the bushes, tidying things up. Real treat to walk through. Nice little rockeries. Look fantastic when they all come to bloom in the spring. One of the wonderful volunteers. And what a view! What a view! Now often I show views like this and I say imagine you're up to the Botanical Gardens. You don't have to imagine today. In fact, I'm going to show you one right now. This is from David's 1900s guide. But The picture itself is much earlier. There's a date on it. Here we go. Okay, not exactly lined up per se, but still Teignmouth. Still from up here. Smashing. And one last little look, pan around. If only it were just a few degrees warmer, it would be an absolutely glorious day. Right, curtail my filming slightly because we've got children. Some sort of school thing, I think. I gave you a glimpse of them, and that's as much as we shall do. There's the Folly, the shape of an old castle. Remember last time I came up here, it was spring. They were doing hot chocolates in there. I had a lovely hot chocolate. That was nice. Not open today though. Dated 1930 something on the plaque there. Can't tell from here with my eyes, but I can tell on the big screen when I look at it. And no doubt you can too. And the lovely little mural thingamajiggy, mosaic-y, made by Michelle Greenwood Brown, Alison Miles, with help from the community of Shaldon. And I believe it's got a Rufus on it as well. Yep, there we are. A tribute to Rufus. Smash in. When you go to the viewing points, you've got all sorts of history along the side here. Oh, back on the liquid fruiter again there. I won't try and read all that out, but it goes through 1929, 1937, all the way around to 1955 behind me. That's the view we got. Smashing. And we'll come out the top gates here. And rather than walking up, which I normally do, I'm going to walk down today just to make a change. And it's Horse Lane down the bottom. I can get Horse Lane down to the main drag of Shaldon. Traffic blind spot. That's the houses that look out onto the beach from behind. Most of them used to be hotels. Of course, not anymore. Mostly flats now. But that's what they look like from behind. With Teignmouth, of course, in the distance. There's that crane we were looking at earlier. Give you an idea of where we are in context to it. There we go. Right, down to the end of the steep downhill bit. Down the corner, we're in Shaldon. Remember, this house here has got a bit of a funny plaque on it. Let's just take a look at it. There we are. This cottage was built 1840, restored by Tony Garsters. Jobbers bastardus. Latin phrase there for good old-fashioned hard work. Yes. And there we go. There's the beach. Nice and handy for my ferry home. No one stood down there waiting for a ferry. So I shall go and take up my position, hopefully be spotted by the chap on the other side. I know they're running today because that's kind of how I found out about the bridge. They said, we're running all day because the bridge is shut. Oh, the bridge is shut. And that's what started this thought process for the video. It's the covered ferry. I can see it in the distance, making its way over already. It's rather a cool service. Don't even have to get to the sign before they're already halfway across towards me. No, it's just docking, actually. Alongside that wall there, if you can see that. And there's the houses we were looking at the backs of just now. That's where we came down. And that's the rest of the beach. Lovely. Here we go. The smaller covered ferry coming to take me home. Back in Teignmouth. Lovely. Pam's old cottage. Oi oi Pam, how you doing? Very breezy back beach, although I know from experience now that you probably can't hear a thing on the phone, which is great, but it is rather breezy. Temple away, Haythorne to Teignmouth, marking the route of the clay, etc. Past the oyster catchers, which is going to be our new cat cafe. I wonder if they keep the birds on the outside, something for the cats to play with. You never know. Co-op delivery truck making its delivery. And this is quite interesting. Came across my desk last night from 1971. Basically, it's about this road here. Did you know that this was originally planned in 1971 to be pedestrianised? Oh, I didn't either. But you'll notice the building there is in the drawing, and also the building across the way. Here we go. 1971, plans to pedestrianise the main throughway. Crazy. Obviously it didn't happen, but that's what they wanted to do in 1971. Now, Mum has mentioned me getting her some bread rolls from the wee shop at some point to have some chicken soup with. She likes that, so we'll see about seeing if we can achieve that for her today. Here we go, wee shop bakery. That's the type of roll she likes. Let's go and get some. That was a success. 55p, 2 soft white rolls. Lovely. Christmas tree still standing. There we are. Hope you enjoyed a little impromptu trip over to Shaldon. I think I've covered what I wanted to cover, even though I got a little bit confused about the bridge situation. But then I think a few of the people travelling across the bridge got a little bit confused about the bridge situation. So I'm not alone. Hopefully tomorrow, might be in Dawlish, we'll have to see. All good, we'll be doing something, and you're more than welcome to join me. Thanks for watching, take care, bye.